Happy to have my next guest back on the show. It's Blake Bilder, who will be back in action on February the 11th at UFC 284 when he meets Shane Young. Blake, how you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I forgot my keys inside at the strength and conditioning gym, but it's all good. We turned it around. We talked about it.
Well, that's right, and you'll go back in and get him. No worries there. You'll make your way home at some point soon. Tell me how camp has been. Obviously, you just got done a session. I see on Instagram that you've been at 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu, one of the best gyms in the world. How has this camp been?
Oh man, this camp has been so much fun, man. I've just been really enjoying getting better, learning a lot of new things about my body. I went to the UFC Performance Institute, and so they ran the three energy systems, ran a ton of diagnostics. So it was really good because it gave us a baseline of things that we need to work on with our foundation, and then it also showed where I rank amongst all the featherweights that have ever been tested at the UFC PI, and we did exceedingly well.
Okay, so where did you rank? Where were you?
We can't talk about that, but I'm the top 5 percentile.
Wow. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
So that basically it kind of like hammers home the idea that you're in the right weight class. Featherweight is where you should be.
Yeah. They said featherweight is perfect for my weight. Yeah, they run a ton of tests. I mean, the PT there, my boy Bobby, he ran all of my tests and shows like shoulder mobility, hip fluctuation, and if your feet are flatter than what they should be, and then they explain why that affects everything, and so there was a couple things that we needed to prioritize to fix, and so I'm already in the gym working on that with the best strength and conditioning coach and speed and mobility coach that you can have, Coach Cam up at Real Speed.
That's fantastic. And we're just about a month out before what could be the best fight card of the year. I know 2023 just started, but man, this UFC 284 is stacked. And with you
Yes.
training at 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu, who have the main training partners been? Have you been kind of focusing with a couple of guys in particular to get you ready for Shane?
Um, you know, everybody at 10th Planet Las Vegas is an absolute dog. I mean, Andy Varela, I mean, this guy's like what, top 10, top 5, top 10 in the world. Made it to ADCC trials. Guy's a savage. Training with him, training with Yaz. Yaz fighting on February 11th as well. They just got a bunch of killers. I mean, from the second you go, it's quick, explosive, nonstop, grinding, grimy movements. A lot of just gritty chain wrestling, but also technical drilling that's just nonstop for an hour. And then you go into your 6 minute goes with 1 minute break. And you do about 5 to 6 of those. If they call for one more, mama didn't raise no bitch. Of course, we're the first one up. We're doing another round. It's like, it's beautiful, bro. It's like it's just a bunch of young, hungry savages in there getting after it. So it's just been a blessing. And then running open mats over at 10th Planet or 10th Planet Orange, 10th Planet Costa Mesa, and then my home gym, Triunfal with Felipe Fogelin. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, man.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but when I was looking on your Tapology, I see El Animal. Is that a new nickname or did I miss that? Has that been around?
No, bro, I never updated it. I never updated it. So I actually got that as a nickname before moving out here. And then one night I was just like thinking about everything, and I was just like, man, I need to really like take that name and go with it. And then people are like, "Oh, are you Latin American or are you Spanish?" I'm like, "No." They're like, but you have a Spanish nickname. I'm like, yeah. They're like, what? I was like, it's a nickname my boxing coach gave me. I'm like, you don't get to pick your nickname, and he gave me that, and I was like, hey, you gotta be a bad fucking weirdo to fucking to you gotta be a bad motherfucker to be a weirdo and get a fucking Mexican nickname. So I'm here for it.
I love it. And also I love the hoodie you have on. I love Latin women. Is there a
Hey,
lot of Latin women in your area, and how is that working for you?
hey, honestly, it was one of my motivators to move out here. Obviously, to like train with Timo Yama and live in a fighter house, and because I couldn't find any fights up in Minnesota for like the first 6 months that I was signed with Iridium. I was like, hey, do we have any fights lined up? And they're like, bro, nobody wants to fight you. You're the boogeyman. And then I helped a guy do like a promo video, and we raised a bunch of money, and we were able to come down here for a special needs jiu-jitsu tournament. He went triple gold, and I was like, and like I met this girl. I told her to take my picture, and I stayed in touch with her. She eventually was my girlfriend when I came down here, but that was like a little extra motivation for me to move down here. I was like, I'm not really in a white girl, so I'm like, man, California might be the move for me.
Okay, there you go. Life is going good for you, Blake. Very happy for you, my man. Now, we did see you last. We got to go all the way back to August. That was your Contender Series win. Were you hoping to jump back in before now?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I was, Ryan. I was like, I was like a bit disappointed that I couldn't get it on the Madison Square Garden card, just because that was my grandma's like dying wish, and she's not doing the greatest right now with her health. So I was really hoping to get on that. I was really hoping to get on the December 10th Target Center card in Vegas. That passed us by. Um, but you know what? Everything happens in everything happens perfectly in the way that it's supposed to, and I get to be on one of the biggest cards that has ever been called. Like you said, it's a huge stacked card. Uh, I think it's a blessing that it happened when it did. We got the whole team lined up and in place, so it's going to be a perfect debut.
Yeah, and you're going to have the MMA world, all of the eyes on you for this fight and this massive pay-per-view card. Let's talk about that. Australia is where it's going to be, February the 11th. When do you actually leave for Australia?
They want us out there the fourth. They want us out there. They want all athletes out there the fourth. So we're gonna head out July. What the fuck am I talking about? July. February 3rd, and get out there the fourth. So we're gonna lose a day coming
Do
out
you
here.
plan on spending any extra time there, doing any sightseeing? Have you ever been to Australia before?
I've never been to Australia, and yeah, so they said that they said that on the information that they give us that we were gonna come back Monday. I was like, y'all are coming back Monday. I ain't coming back Monday. I was like, I want to be out there for till like Tuesday or Wednesday at least. You know, have like a day because we want to go golfing. Like there's like kangaroos on the golf course, and I want to go like snorkeling or just sightseeing, like little nightlife. You know, like I want to explore. Like Perth looks beautiful.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that video? I don't know where it was, but where the kangaroo came out and like got into like a fight with someone, like they were like messing with their dog. Did you see that video?
Yeah, yeah. Like I had like that black lab that ran up, and the kangaroo had it like in like a headlock, and the guy ran up and just popped it right in the face. The kangaroo like turned and looked at him,
Yeah.
and the guy just like slowly walked away and like got his dog to come with him. I was like, damn, he's a
Yeah.
savage.
Hopefully you don't have to deal with any situations like that, but the kangaroo would definitely be messing with the wrong guy if they picked a fight
Yeah,
with you.
yeah. I'm shooting a double leg. Fake up top, shoot a double leg. I ain't getting kicked by those legs.
Right. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want any parts of that. I want to get a couple of fight picks from you. Obviously, two title fights on the line, the lightweight strap and the featherweight strap. Makachev Volkanovski, the featherweight champion, going up looking to be the double champ. Do you think he gets it done, or do you think Islam wins?
I think just because of the weight. I think just because of the weight, and I'm not taking anything from Volkanovski, and I love the fact that all these guys are stepping up and willing to just fight anybody. Uh, I know he was bigger, but I feel as though just Makachev being at a higher weight and going with like the likes of Khabib, that it'll just be a little bit too much weight for him, and that it'll just overwhelm him just a little bit too much.
If Volk does win, what do you think that does to the featherweight division? Do you feel like he stays at 55 or does he come back down to 45?
Shit, that's a good question. I feel like he goes to 55 because, like, okay, look what he's already done in the division for 45. So it's almost like it's almost like a rite of passage to go to 55. Almost like my work here is done at 45. At least in my eyes, But I feel like you know, I feel like that's why it's a beautiful thing that Emmett and Yair are going at it, because those guys kind of step in, get the interim title going, and then who knows? Maybe the interim turns to, I don't know how that goes. It's such a wild thing when that happens, isn't it?
It really is. Who do you think wins that interim title fight?
Been going back and forth. Who would I like to win? Yair, just because I trained with him before. Uh, Pretty good guy. He just has to keep his range. Uh, Emmett's a dog though, man. He's good pressure fighter, big hooks. Good with breaking the distance. So if he can break that distance, he can get Yair out of there. But I'm gonna go with Yair.
All right. I mean, and don't
Who's the
you
underdog?
if I'm not mistaken, I think Emmett's the underdog. I was looking at the odds earlier, and I'm a little jumbled in the head right now, but I believe Emmett's the dog and Yair's the favorite.
Yeah, yeah. I got Yair.
Okay. Wouldn't it make sense too? Like, I mean, because Volkanovski has kind of, in a sense, separated himself from the rest of the division. I mean, what he did to Max that last fight, I got to be honest, I didn't see that coming. So if he stays at 55, won't that just open things up for all you guys?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, I think it's a right. I think it's a rite of passage. I think it's like he's done his work in the 45 division. Um, he's pretty much dominated everybody. I mean, he had a close call there with T City, which that was like still insane how he got out. I still have no idea. Um, but yeah, I just feel like it's his rite of passage to go to 55, and that's so interesting. Where does he fight next? Does he
Yeah.
start fighting 55ers? Does he fight a 55er and then like 2-3 months later fight a 45er? Yeah.
I think the really interesting thing that is going to be if it's competitive with Makachev, depending on how competitive that
Yeah.
fight is, I feel like is going to depend on whether he comes back down to 45 or stays at 55. But we will see. I can't wait for this whole card. Let's talk about your fight. Shane Young, he's 13-6, 2 losses in a row. So he's super hungry to get in there
Yeah,
and get a win.
for
And
sure.
you're fighting the hometown guy. You're going into enemy territory. He's going to have a lot of support there, being from City Kickboxing and all that. How
Of
do you
course.
how do you like that? Do you like going in there wearing the black hat?
Oh, I've been doing it my whole life. I've been doing it my whole life. I've been doing it my whole career. I've been going in people's backyards and shutting them up time and time and time again. Like even my new coach Flame, he's like, bro, he's like, are they bringing you in B side? I go, yeah, but I've always been B side. I always go like my first title fight I won. I went to Wisconsin. All of his people shut him up in like a minute 15 seconds. I go into this guy's gym, fight for a kickboxing title, his gym, and I beat him. I'm so used to it because in boxing you go to from an early age you go into other people's gyms and spar them at their gym, and that's just awkward. Like nobody wants you there. Everybody wants their guy to whoop your ass, and then you just go in there, light them up. It's like even coming out to California, it's like, man, I was not welcomed. Like they're trying to kill you. They're trying to get you out of there. Like they're trying to make you it. They're trying to make you feel like you're held hostage at that place. And it's like, yeah, they're your team, but you guys aren't close like that. So it's like there's like an initiation process. It's like you're joining a gang. So I've just been used to. I've I'm willing at any moment to sacrifice who I am for who I'll become.
What do you
At
think is
any
this?
moment.
You showed that. I mean, from what I've seen from you, man, you're not afraid of anything. You're ready to go in there and throw down with the best of them. And when you look
Yeah,
at Shane and what he brings to the table, do you think that he's going to give you a tough fight, or do you think you're going to be able to dictate this fight where it goes and get him out of there early?
I think I'll be able to dictate it. I think I'll be able to dictate it. Now I'm not downplaying it. I'm not downplaying him or anything, but I just believe in myself that much. And the fights that you've seen in the past, I wasn't even 20% of what I am now. It's like it's like I was lost out at sea, no captain at the helm. Like it's like I was doing like fitness boxing. Like it's like what the fuck was I even doing before? And now things are very, very different. Now we program. Now everything is very fight specific. Now everything is dialed and tailored specifically, like down to a fucking science. Like this shit, like like I'm not here to play around. And a lot of people are talking that shit, but I'm also used to that shit too. Like I went to an all black, all Mexican boxing gym, being the only fucking white boy there, and nobody wanted you there. They all made fun of you. They all talk shit. And so it's just like I'm just used to it. I'm just used to people talking shit, not believing in me, like pushing me off to the side and doubting me. It's like this shit is nothing new. And matter of fact, I love it. I embrace it. It's like they're like everybody was yelling for Eddie Torres when I was supposed to fight him, but they didn't realize that Fat Boy couldn't make weight. And then he said that he got COVID, and that but that wasn't true because there was the promoter said that he had COVID, but the medical lady said that the medical lady said that he had COVID, and then the promoter said that his coach had COVID, and that medical lady is on your ass like every 20 minutes. So I'm like, it doesn't, no, it doesn't add up. You couldn't make weight. And then they're like, hey, do you want to fight this guy? And within 3 minutes, I'm like, yep, let's do it. What's his record? 10-5. I'm what, 4-0? Yep, let's do it.
So listening to you talk right now, it sounds like you're even light years better now than you were when we saw you at Contender Series. Is that accurate?
Way better. I would knock me the fuck out at Contender Series. Light me up. Yeah, that person is not even comparable to who I am now.
Wow.
Athleticism, fight IQ, footwork, uh, just situational and ring awareness. I mean, I'm just always constantly learning, and I just believe in me and my team so much. So it's just a beautiful thing, man. A lot of people judge you on your past, but I've had a lot of hardships in my past, and I know that I am not who I was. I'm just the I'm just the resources that I've gathered from my past.
Oh,
And I'm constantly growing every week.
I can't wait to see you back. Well, this will actually be your official UFC debut when we saw you at
Sure.
the Series. So you were there at the Apex, but this will be the big debut we're all waiting for. Give me your official prediction, Blake. How do you get him out of there? What round do you do it in?
I think I do not like giving fight predictions, but I will give one for you, Ryan. I feel like I get him out of there in the first round
How do you do it?
with a dominating and devastating finish. That you will just have to grab your popcorn, sit back, relax, and look at your boys and be like, "Holy shit, he fucking did it!" And mark my words, it's gonna happen.
Can't wait, man. February 11th, UFC 284. Blake Bilder will make his official UFC debut against Shane Young. Great having you back on today, man. As always, before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. Please tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Blake the Builder. That's where I'm at mainly. I don't really mess around with other social media, and I'd like to thank all my haters. You guys give me extra motivation. I love that shit. The people who doubted me in the past and didn't believe me. Oh man, it's so great to be in the position I'm at now. But also, I'd like to thank God of my own understanding for placing me in the position that I'm in and giving me the opportunities and awareness to grow and become better and surround myself with such beautiful and amazing people. I want to thank the people who are staying strong. And although you might be suffering in silence, don't make a permanent decision on a temporary problem. My little brother did that. May God rest his soul. And I'm going to be dedicating this fight to him. I want to thank my boxing coach, Flame. I want to thank my mom, my grandma, my strength and conditioning coach, Coach Cam, and all my sponsors, Fuego, Delta 8, and Rhino Rush, and OC Fight Docs Massage Matters. And so many more people, man. And I also want to thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate you always giving good interviews and always making me feel welcomed and just being patient while I'm trying to scatter and find my stuff. So I want to thank all the fans that are going to tune in. I really want to put on a great show for you. Um, I, 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 I really believe in myself, and I know there's a lot of people that doubt and they see like shots that I've got hit with in the past. But I'm telling you, I've really learned from all these things, and I'm a student of the game, and I'm excited to put on a show and show the world what I'm capable of. And this is not going to be the first or the last time that you see from me. So get used to it.